Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing good. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is the person on your mind. What do they want you to know? All right. So we have three groups for you to choose from: group one, two, and three. Please feel free to pause the video if you do need some extra time to choose which group is for you. But I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the first group, then this reading could be for you. The person on your mind, what do they want you to know? So we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, we have the Ten of Wands also in reverse, and we have the Six of Wands upright. We have two tens in reverse. So right now, it feels like they want you to know that they don't think that this is the end between you guys, and they believe you haven't moved on either. They want you to know that with time, they feel a new beginning is possible. They want you to know that they feel like the worst is over in your relationship, that they think things are only going to get better moving forward. They want to make it clear that they are more open to embracing change now, that they are a lot stronger, more resilient than they may have come across in the past, or more stronger and more resilient than you might perceive them to be. That overall they are healing, and that you can trust that they're healing. And for some of you, they also want you to be aware that they've let go of issues they may have had with you. For some of you, this could be issues related to your past. But in general, it feels like they don't want the past to define things for you both moving forward. Whether that's their past, your past, a combined history that you guys might have. And they want you to know that they're not doubting themselves anymore, that they have a lot more confidence in themselves. They do want you to be aware that they can't support you in some things. And for some of you, this could be things that they don't agree with or they don't approve of. They would like to know if you guys can actually forgive each other and move forward. Maybe forgiveness needs to come from both sides, and they want to know if you are able to do that, like kind of put things behind both of you, and not have that kind of keep coming up in the future. So it also feels like they want you to know that they are trying to find meaning in some of the struggles that they have faced or been a part of, that they're still trying to do a little soul searching as well. They want you to know that what they thought would be a problem in your relationship, or what felt impossible, now seems doable to them. That they aren't letting their fears make them indecisive anymore. So like, if this person was unsure about you before, it feels like they're much more certain now. Any fears that were kind of getting in the way, they feel like they're kind of putting your relationship, I should say, before their fears, and not let it keep them indecisive. And they want you to know that they are feeling overworked at the moment, and because of that, they do want you to be their peace. They want you to be their sweet spot, a little safe haven for them. And they don't feel stressed when they're with you, and that's how they kind of want things to be moving forward. They also want you to know that they are determined as well, despite feeling overworked. They want you to know that they are trying to keep up with some sort of standard. It could be referring to their personal life, but they kind of feel like they need to kind of keep up with, it's not really like maybe appearances for some of you, but it feels like they feel like they need to, keep a certain standard or live up to someone else's standard or like maybe a societal standard. But anyway, so they want you to know that they feel there are unnecessary burdens that maybe you both need to let go of, and that they're doing what they can to free themselves from any past struggles, and they could feel it would be beneficial if you could do the same. They want you to understand that you don't need to prove yourself, and that whether I don't let me see. This could be proving yourself to them. It could be proving yourself to other people, but just in general, like they want you to know that you shouldn't feel the need to do that at all. They also feel that you should rest more. For some of you, it could be that you don't need to prove yourself through acts of service, like through doing too much for other people. They also want you to learn to trust them. They want you to see that they are on a path towards success, that their efforts, hard work, determination is paying off. And that they could be stepping into a leadership position soon, that overall they are achieving their goals, and that they feel calm about it. Even though they could be overworked, they feel quiet, they feel okay with that. They feel like it's needed, and they feel like what they've been working hard for, they're kind of achieving what they wanted to achieve from it. And they also think that you both deserve recognition, that you both it would be nice if you both gave each other recognition as well. It feels like they do and they don't want you to know that they admire you, and that they want to inspire people in that same way as well. They also want you to know that they are incredibly drawn to you, your energy, that you always stand out to them, and that they have a lot of respect for you and they really appreciate you. So moving on, we have You Are Too Good For Me. We have Self-Love. We have I'm a Little Distracted. I'm Not With All the Drama. It's Too Late to Say Sorry. Please Don't Say No, Please Say Yes. And we also have Affection. We have Spiritual Path. We have Fire, which says take responsibility for your power. And we also have Simple Pleasures. Just move everything forward, sorry. So they could actually want you to know that they do feel that on some level you are too good for them. They could even feel like you've taught them a lot. And for some of you, it also feels like they want you to know that they are learning to love themselves a lot more. They could also feel that more self-love is needed from, in your life as well. So they also want you to know that when they do come forward, or when they do approach you, or when they maybe ask you a specific question, um, it feels like they don't want to be rejected by you, or they could want you to be on board with, a plan they might have, or, it could be about your relationship moving forward together in some way. But yeah, they want you to be on board. They want you to be game. They want you to know that they don't want any drama moving forward. They want you to know that they are distracted right now, and this could be, like in addition to the message from before in terms of them achieving some of their goals, them, working hard. So yeah, they could also want you to know that they are be a little distracted right now, but it's nothing that you should, take personally. And with it's too late to say sorry, it feels like they want you to know that they hope it's not too late for apologies to be made. Whether that's, from you to them, or from them to you, or, a mutual apology that needs to happen. But they hope it's not too late. So with affection, it feels like they want you to know that they miss your affection, or your love, or your care, your kindness towards them. And with spiritual path, it feels like they want you to know, like for some of you, they could want you to know that they are on a more spiritual path, or it could be that um, that they're just on a healthier path. Like they're making, it says here, your beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. And it feels like they want you to know that they are making the necessary life changes that would, overall benefit your relationship, not only them. And with fire, take responsibility for your power. It also feels like they want you to know that they're taking more responsibility for themselves, and, taking responsibility for how they impact you and maybe other people. And finally, it feels like they want you to know that they're looking forward to enjoying the simple things, the simple pleasures in life with you. But yeah, that's all that's coming through for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense. I'm wishing you guys the absolute best. And I hope I see you guys again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the second group, then this reading could be for you. The person on your mind, what is it that they want you to know? Okay, so if you've chosen the second group, they could want you to know that they are very possessive, a big control freak, that they like things their way, and that they have maybe accepted these things about themselves. They also feel that you have some of these same qualities too, and they kind of felt that you put up with these behaviors from them like quite nicely, like maybe they felt quite accepted, like they felt you accepted that part of themselves. And they do think They do want you to know that they think you guys could have worked together, but they feel you both had too many options, or that life was kind of pulling you both in different directions. And at the moment, they kind of feel that maybe you both have maybe lost that care and maybe respect for the other person. They want you to know that they feel the fallout between you guys was necessary, the distance between you guys was necessary, so that you could both see each other for who you both are. They want you to know that right now they don't have any direction when it comes to your relationship, you know? They want you to know that they've dropped being possessive over you, and they kind of feel that you aren't possessive over them anymore either. They feel that you both are kind of, you know, putting that energy to rest when it comes to the other person. They could feel that you both are, you know, mutually letting each other go. So they want you to know that they're not trying to force things, you know, between you guys, but also in their own life. They're trying to kind of let go of being too forceful, being too rigid, and, you know, they're trying to be less impulsive as well than they were, trying to regain focus and direction in their life. And yeah, it feels like they kind of just want you to know that that is where they're at the moment. You know, they want you to know that they felt you didn't really like their confidence, and that they took your confidence for arrogance, but at the same time, like, they still liked your confidence, even if it may have came across like a certain way to them. It feels like they want you to know that they kind of liked you for who you were, and, you know, liked your confidence for what it was. They, you know, they don't think that things were ever supposed to really work out for you guys. They felt like things maybe was always meant to be temporary for you guys, even though they were open to more. They kind of just felt like things were scattered between you both, and that's something that they want you to know. Another thing they want you to know is that they kind of feel that maybe your energy is scattered at the moment, that you may not have much direction right now, and, you know, they can feel that at the moment you're adjusting certain things, or there's certain things that you're kind of trying to adjust or needing to adjust, and, you know, from their perspective, and they kind of feel like they shouldn't get in the way of, you know, you finding direction or stability in some way. So they also want you to know that they were ignoring the signs, maybe even advice they were receiving about you, and now they think they shouldn't have. For some of you, these signs could have been telling them that you weren't being completely honest with them. They want you to know that they are sorry for maybe intimidating you or scaring you, that their temper may have gotten in the way before, and that they apologize for that. They want you to be aware that they are avoiding any changes happening, you know, between you guys. They're not sure if you guys should be back in each other's life in a significant way. And, you know, they don't think that they would be good for you either at the moment. And they want you to understand that they have trouble trusting people, and unfortunately that kind of extended to you and the relationship they have with you. So they feel that you both deserve a fresh start. They feel like you both have fresh starts ahead of you. And, they feel that you both shouldn't rush into those fresh starts and allow things to kind of close out naturally. They want you to know that they love that you are yourself. They also want you to know that they feel maybe you both had or have, toxic patterns that need to be broken, and, that they plan on leaning into their independence a lot more moving forward, letting go of, self doubt, trying to be less manipulative, and overall trying to be a better, healthier person. And they also want you to know that they are learning to forgive themselves. They are letting go of guilt as well. And this could be especially pertaining to, their relationship to you. And it feels like they want you to know that they're on this journey or that they're trying to make these changes. So moving forward, we have I deserve better. We have I'm done. We have shadow work, animalistic, protection, selfless, and I've been through some stuff. We have increased support. We have job, and we also have ending a trauma. So, kind of similar to the energy that came through with the tarot cards, it feels like they want you to know that they feel they deserve better, not only, when it comes to you or the relationship they have with you, just in general, to be honest, like they feel like they deserve better, maybe that they need to do better. Um, they've realized that for right now, they are done with the situation between you guys with this card here. And with protection, like this person could have had like very protective energy, towards you in the past, and it feels like they want you to know that they're kind of pulling back on that. They want you to understand that they've been through a lot, and with selfless, they want you to know that they need someone or people in their life that can be quite generous and selfless when it comes to them. Maybe even like put them first or make them a priority. And with shadow work, they want you to know that they are working on some of their more maybe darker attributes. And with animalistic, they want you to know that they are like trying to, or they're learning to tame themselves a little more, or kind of, I don't know if hold back is the right word, but definitely like not be so wild or so impulsive in some way. It feels like they want you to know that with ending trauma that they are kind of working on, maybe putting certain things behind them, maybe ending a trauma, or not operating from that trauma, whatever that might be for them. And with increased support, they want to apologize for not being able to maybe give you the support that you needed, or for pulling back any support that they've given you. And with job, it feels like they want you to know that they felt like your relationship was hard work and it's not really something that they could pull or continue to pour their energy into, maybe because of other stuff that they have going on. But yeah, I hope this reading could be helpful. I hope it could make sense if it, if this, even resonates for you. I'm wishing you guys the absolute best. Thank you for sticking around and watching. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Okay, please take care of yourself. Bye. Hello, welcome. If you've chosen the third group, then this reading could be for you, the person on your mind. What do they want you to know? Okay, so quite nice energy here. We have the Ace of Wands upright, Death card upright, and the Two of Cups also upright. Okay, so it feels like they want you to know that they are very much interested in you. They feel drawn to you. They find you interesting, and they plan on expressing their interest in you fairly soon, or just being more like loud and bold about their interest in you if they've already kind of shared that with you. They're also curious to know whether you're interested in them too, and what you're saying and what you're feeling. They want you to know that they are doubting themselves, but they do plan to approach you with confidence anyway. They also want to see if there is long-term potential. It feels like this person, like their energy, it kind of feels like they don't want to open up too much right now. It feels like their energy is kind of cautious, and honestly, it feels like pulling teeth, trying to get messages of what they want you to know. It feels like they kind of want to keep their intentions under wrap. But I'll see what comes through anyway. Honestly, these cards are beautiful. The energy feels very nice, but it does feel like they are trying to manage their expectations right now. They're trying to trust the process, they're trying to trust their instincts in, in terms of like their feelings and their connection with you, and, how to move forward. It also feels like they're trying to see if they can trust you, and, see if, you trust them, and, kind of seeing what your intentions towards them might be as well, especially if things aren't really clear. But they do think, like at the moment, they do think you could end up being very special to them. Like they could already feel you are special to them actually, but they could want to see where they stand with you. They're in their head a lot about this situation, and they're trying to make sure that when things do come to a head, that their emotions are grounded, as their feelings for you are quite intense at the moment. Like it's been building up for maybe for quite some time, and like it feels like they're finally ready to, for a fresh start, a new beginning, or to kind of approach you to make stuff happen, like to take action, with that Ace of Wands being there. So it feels like they're nervous, but they're trying to like ground their energy, and ground their emotions. But they're ready for transformation and change, and they're ready for the inevitable shift in your relationship, or the shift that your relationship is currently taking. This could be the natural next steps for you guys. They're kind of ready to let go of the past in your, what your relationship was, and kind of ready to move into what your relationship could be. Overall, like they want your relationship to evolve. But yeah, they feel like they need to do a better job at making space for you. That feels like something they've recognized. They want to move beyond any limitations. They think that they need to trust the unknown a lot more. They do want you to know that they won't get in the way of your ambition, maybe stuff that you have going on. They don't want to get in the way of your drive, your work. I don't know, maybe hobbies, personal goals that you might have, or just, your life in general. They also want you to know that you are incredibly sexy to them. They love how bold you are. They love how much you stand out, even if you aren't trying. They like how fiery you seem. You've pushed them to express themselves more authentically, and that feels like something they want you to know as well. They want to be more affectionate with you. They want to show you how they feel with action, with touch, And, it feels like they've realized that they need to leave behind an outdated version of themselves and completely embrace a new reality and, new potential, which could be scary and difficult for them. But it feels like it's like a leap of faith almost, and they're, ready to do that. They're wanting to do that. Like they feel like they have to change in ways they wouldn't have imagined, and in ways that feels uncomfortable, it feels new. And for some of you, they could also feel like they need to embrace some part of your life that, they might not be completely ready for, or that makes them feel kind of uneasy or uncomfortable. They don't feel like they're equipped to handle a certain part of your life. But again, like they kind of want to trust the process, trust their instincts, and kind of just go for it anyway. So for some of you, they could feel like you have your emotional baggage, but they feel like they could help you release that, or they feel like they can help you with that. They feel like this connection they have with you has pushed them and encouraged them to grow. They feel that you guys could balance each other out, support each other, and yeah, they're trying to trust the process, and they feel you guys could create something very beautiful, genuine, and long lasting. But yeah, I couldn't get much in terms of what they wanted you to know. But this is what their energy feels like towards you. But we'll see if the rest of these cards have any more messages in terms of what they want you to know. So we have opportunist, we have you are incredibly sexy, we have out of nowhere, I'm so crazy about you, is this even normal? I want you close, don't run from me. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for. I masturbate to the thought of you. Okay. We have natural beauty and authenticity. We have internet, embrace the fact that you are the world. And we also have fine wine, longing is the portal to wholeness. So with opportunists, it feels like they want you to know that they are planning, or they're going to take a chance on you, on the relationship that you guys have. But it also feels like there's another message in there, in that they like that you are someone that takes chances in their own life. They want you to know that they do see you as very beautiful, naturally beautiful. They see you as authentic. They want you to know that they love that you're yourself. And with you are incredibly sexy. I mean, that message came out earlier in the reading, right? So yeah, they want you to know that they do find you sexy. They do find you incredibly attractive and beautiful to them. And random, but they could also be looking forward to traveling with you. And with internet, it also feels like they want to know from you, like for sure, that you feel connected to them. And with I masturbate to the thought of you, it doesn't feel like they want you to know that, but you are definitely the object of their fantasies, you know? They want you to know that they do want you close, and they don't want you to run from them. They don't want you to maybe hesitate or distance yourself from them. Like they kind of just want to know that you're on the same page in terms of moving forward. They also want you to know like you kind of hit them out of nowhere. um like it feels like you were completely unexpected. Like maybe they weren't expecting to meet you or someone like you, or for you to like kind of crop up for them. I don't know, maybe for some of you, maybe where you met was unexpected and out of nowhere, so it's like but it was kind of cool, and they kind of want you to know that. They want you to know that they are crazy about you. And earlier in the reading, it came out like their feelings for you are quite intense, and it says here, "Is this even normal?" So like they're crazy about you. Their feelings about you are quite intense. They could be worried if it's too much, like if it's too much, but like I said earlier, like they do plan on grounding themselves a bit more before they approach you. And yeah, what else do you have? And with you are stronger than you give yourself credit for, it feels like they want you to know that you don't have to be strong all the time and that you can lean on them. And with fine wine, it says longing is the portal to wholeness. They want you to know that they like are kind of longing for you. It feels like they're ready and wanting that change. It feels like they don't want to long for you anymore and want, like with the Ace of Wands, it feels like they want that physical presence of you now, instead of just thinking about you and fantasizing about you. But yeah, that's all I have. For those of you who chose this group, I really do hope it could be helpful. Wishing you guys the absolute best, and thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you guys again soon. Okay, please take care. Bye.